Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Tara. I'm sorry. Tara's not even here. I thought I was Tara. I was going to say Julie Michelle, but apparently I'm pretending to
We
be
we
Tara
were
today.
going to talk about exhaustion tonight, and I
We're going to
think
talk
that
about exhaustion.
that's a
And
good lead in.
I think we were still going to talk about exhaustion. But you guys, as we are going live right now, there is a event happening in Midtown Manhattan, not far from where I live and where Michelle lives,
Yeah.
that we're not clear on what is going on at the moment, but appears to be a shooting in Midtown Manhattan with semi-automatic rifles. Apparently, there are police officers down. My understanding is that it is a private equity company where this is all taking place.
Yeah, this is at 52nd and
Yeah.
Park.
My understanding is it's where Blackstone is a private equity.
Yeah, oh my God, I used to work at 51st and Madison, like right there. That was my office. I worked there for like, I don't know, 2 years. I know the area very, very well.
As do I. I live not very far. I work not very far from that place, and it's frightening because this kind of stuff does not happen in New York. The NYPD,
No.
for the most part, is an incredibly thorough law enforcement agency, one of the biggest law enforcement agencies in the world.
Yeah.
The FBI apparently has been dispatched.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
want to politicize any part of it,
No.
other than to say that the FBI has been focused on other things than Homeland Security of late. And we're going to have a show today, Michelle, about just
Yeah.
exhaustion and how tired we all are. And I said to you this morning, we were talking, maybe last night, I forgot when.
Yeah, see.
We were talking about what are we going to talk about today? And I said, why don't we just talk about how absolutely exhausted we've all felt for the last 10 years?
Mhm.
And then this happens. And of course, that just makes it completely, even more exhausting and
Yeah.
more tiring and just hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, if you were in New York on 9/11, I was not. I was in Washington, living in Washington at the time, but obviously from around here. Michelle, you were here on 9/11, weren't you?
I wasn't. I moved to New York shortly after. I was in New York maybe less than a year after, just on a visit, but I didn't move for a couple more
Yeah.
years. Um,
But if
and I
you're
have,
from here,
yeah,
we're both New Yorkers. If you're
yeah,
from here, it's 9/11 is always kind of with you. And I remember for the
hmm
longest time, people constantly saying about 9/11 that it's not a matter of if, but when this happens
Oh,
again.
absolutely. I mean, I'm very admittedly like I take this that way, but like I get panicky sometimes. Like if the train stops in between stations and stuff and we get stuck there for a minute, like I start to get panicky because that's always something in the back of your mind. Always, always, always in New York, especially,
Yeah.
you
Um,
know.
I'm,
That's just how mine manifests.
yeah. Sorry about the noise. My husband apparently is watching something and doesn't really pay attention to the fact that I'm doing something else.
Cool.
Yeah. You
Well,
pick and choose.
I'm watching, just so you know, I've got the Substack open, the live, and I'm watching everybody join. We have a good number of people. I see Arlene saying hello. Hello, Arlene. It's lovely to see you again. We have some of our regulars in the YouTube chat, and we aren't broadcasting this to our normal Over It audience, like on Seneca and JoJo's Twitter and everything. We are just doing this on a new channel. If you're joining us, you see it. It's at I think it's hold on, which one is it? It's the Mayday Network, which is something that we'll tell you a little bit more later. But if you want to go and follow us on YouTube, please do like and subscribe,
Yeah.
and you'll be the first to know what's going on over there. Um,
Which we'll
so
have an announcement on in a few weeks,
yep,
or towards the end of the summer.
yeah,
But
something we've been working on for a
yeah,
little while.
but Michelle, I want to get back to the original point of what
Yeah,
we're talking about. It's just how, I mean, I don't know. I wish people could just chime in. I really want you guys to chime in. Um, tell me if you feel the same way. I'm just tired. And I don't mean tired like the way we're all tired because we've got, responsibilities with work and kids and husbands and wives and stuff and life. And that's true. But I feel like, it was a very nice, I was going to say the Biden years were kind of a nice break, but then they really weren't. But they really weren't because you still had the MAGA crazy stuff happening. Trump still going on. It was just a lot of stuff happening. So I feel
any reprieve, I feel like any reprieve was kind of dampened permanently by January 6th, because I think that was another moment in which nothing would ever be the same again.
Yeah, I feel like the last 10 years, it's like enough already. It's like enough. It's just enough. And I don't know what to say because I wish I could just tune out. Like I love people who go on vacation and they're like, I really wasn't following the news for the last couple of weeks because I was on vacation. And I'm like, really? Like, who are you? Like, who are these people?
I know. It's even like I've been doing some painting the last couple of days, like not like painting a picture, but like painting walls. And so when you're doing a project like that, you can't exactly like be on your phone because you've got stuff on your hands and stuff. And so for a few hours today and yesterday, I was completely unplugged. And I feel like even in just those few hours, like so many things happened. And then this happened. I mean, there's so much going on all the time that I feel like if I was to look away for even a day or two, I mean, the amount of catch up I'd have to do. You know what I mean?
And that's what happened today.
Right.
I hopped in the shower just about, 45 minutes ago because I have to go to CNN tonight at 11 p.m.
At 11?
I know. I'm doing Laura
Whose show is that?
Laura Coates. We're talking about Epstein, that Time magazine column that I did and all.
Yeah. Can you tell people about that?
Yeah. So you guys, I'm going to stick it in the chat here, but I did, Gretchen Carlson and I wrote a column for Time magazine. I'm going to Google it right now because I have it handy and I'm going to drop it in. But the title of it says what the Epstein scandal tells us about the impact of the Me Too movement. And it's actually,
I'm going to drop this in the Substack. I just did.
All right. I'm going to drop it out here. And, so all of a sudden we've had completely great reception, a really good reception to it. So we did a lot of CNN and now Laura Coates wants me to come on and talk about it tonight, which I'm happy to do, but it's late and I got to get on a plane early tomorrow morning.
Oh God, for like a long flight too.
I know. So I'm thinking I was going to go to CNN because I was like, maybe somebody can just do my hair for me so I don't have to do it for myself. I was all excited. And then I'm like, I'm like, why am I an idiot? Why am I headed to CNN in the middle of the night? So I think I'm going to just do it. I'm going to just do it from home. I'm going to do it here, sitting as we are right here in my little upstairs cubby hole and do it from there. But back to what I was talking about before, which is just like I got in the shower and then I blew dry my hair and that whole process took tops maybe half an hour, which I didn't look at my phone for, like maybe tops, and I see tops half an hour, and then what happened?
Right.
In that half an hour, this all hell breaks loose. So it's like
I can't even believe it's. I mean, because I only saw that one headline right before we came on.
Yeah.
And I'm, these are the kinds of things that I don't know. It's the last thing you think is going to happen, but at the same time, it's like your worst nightmare. Things like this happening.
I know. And, I mean, as I'm looking at the footage here, you guys, this is like prime rush hour, midtown Manhattan on Park Avenue, where so many. It's right by the Waldorf Astoria.
Yeah. The St. Bart's Church is right there.
Beautiful Episcopal Church.
Yeah.
It's just a great place. This is my doorman calling with an order pickup. You could send him up. Thanks. Thank you. There you go. It's too lazy to cook, so I ordered.
Arlene's asking, and Paula just asked what. I have not heard what happened. If you just want to, for anybody who's joining late.
Yes. So joining late. So there is apparently an ongoing shooter situation happening. My understanding is they might have apprehended the shooter now, but happening in Midtown Manhattan, he had, and this is all so premature. They always say stuff that turns out to be incorrect. But apparently somebody armed with a semi-automatic weapon, which of course are totally legal in the United States of America. Thank you to the Supreme Court, now legal to carry in New York as well. Yeah. And walked into a building that houses Blackstone, which is a huge private equity firm, houses the NFL. I know that building well. And open fire. And apparently there's at least one police officer down, possibly more than that. I was speaking to somebody whose daughter has friends who are sheltering in place because they are newly graduated young women who now work for Blackstone. They had some shelter in place. And this young woman, who's just a recent college graduate, said to her mom, why there's my dog? Why does this up? There we go. There's so much good. You guys get why I'm so tired? There's so much going on in my house. The only one who listens to me was my son. And I'm like, I'm going to do a show. Don't speak. Nobody else cares, including the dog. But I wish I was baking cheeseburgers. I actually got him. I felt so guilty about not making dinner. I got a meatloaf, which what a random choice. But yeah. And then I secretly, before my husband came home, my son and I secretly picked out on Chick-fil-A, which I know we're not supposed to eat because they're really awful.
It's hard to avoid, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just a total shit show here in New York. And what else can you say except, if this is a terrorist event, and I'm going to put this aside because I don't know what's going on here. It could have been a wolf. It could have been somebody who's a disgruntled employee. You don't know. But I fear about the fact that, generally speaking, so many experienced law enforcement officers at the FBI have been fired.
Yeah.
That we are more ripe than ever for a terrorist attack. And for those of us, I'm not suggesting this is it.
Right.
Because this could be something totally unrelated.
But it's something that people have been discussing lately because, I mean, as we know, not to get into the whole thing about 9/11, but there was a disconnect in communication between the CIA and the FBI for many, many years leading up to September 11th. And that was detrimental to, the lives of thousands of people in this country. And because of that, we've learned and we changed our ways, and the communication was more open and the dialogue was more open until now. Yeah. And now there have been severe cuts in the FBI and intelligence in general. And that doesn't make anyone safer. It makes us, less safe every single day, especially if you live in a place that's a big city. But quite frankly, there's so many things about this administration that I feel less safe. I feel less safe flying because the FAA, the DOJ is just like taking a machete to every part of our lives. Food safety, like the list goes on. And all of these things, we're aware of them, and they live underneath the surface of our lives every single day that we have to be aware of, and also simultaneously make sure we're brushing our teeth and we're going to our doctor's appointments and picking our kids up and making dinner and eating all this protein we're supposed to be eating. And it's it's exhausting. It's exhausting. You know
what I ate today besides my secret Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich? Trader Joe's has these ridiculous chocolate chunk sea salt cookies.
Oh, that sounds nice.
They're huge. They're like the size of my head. And I had 2 of them, and then Chick-fil-A. And so forget eating healthy and eating protein. I've gone off. I'm so off the wagon when it comes to good food. It's crazy.
Yeah. So sorry. I'm going to open this. It's going to be loud for a second.
No problem. What is that?
This is Olipop. If you want to send me some for my influencer. Olipop soda. I'm drinking these all the time on all the shows. If you see me picking up a can, it's an Olipop. It is. I'm not a soda drinker, just FYI. But then when I discovered this, I was like, oh, this is a thing that I drink now. It's prebiotics and plant fiber. And then it's only 50 calories in a whole can. and it is in all the flavors of drinks that you normally like. So I just finished my root beer, and
Oh,
then this one is cherry cola. They have all different kinds.
well, we had this conversation how I think flavored like drinks are disgusting. I can't.
I mean, these are good though.
No, no. Cherry cola? Oh,
No?
no.
Ugh, so good.
Pellegrino straight up. That's it.
Oh wow.
I know. I know.
That's like very
Hardcore.
it is hardcore. It is hardcore.
Pellegrino straight up.
So some people are chiming in. If you're coming to us from Substack, thank you for joining us. Mike, Yochim, I'm so sorry if I know that I'm mispronouncing your last name. 2 Shot, one is NYPD, he says. So we'll keep our eye on that as well. Greetings from I have no sugar, Dr. Pepper. Listen, we love a diet Dr. Pepper. It's always what I get at the movie theater. Always. So, yeah. No? See, I got a popcorn and a diet Dr. Pepper. And
I'm
so good.
No. Acceptable thing to eat in a movie theater, goober.
Goober? Okay. Mike just gave me a phonetic spelling of his last name. Yoakum. Okay, got it.
No, the only thing to eat in a movie theater is goobers.
Oh, see, no.
Remember goobers?
Yeah, I'm not like a candy person.
Chocolate covered peanuts. I haven't been to in so long. I can't tell you the last time I went to go see.
Well, it's Superman. Superman is what I went to go see. I loved it.
But
Joe and Tara didn't like it as much. But
wait, I'm sorry. I will be in the movies in September because there are 2 movies that are the best. There are 2 movies that are the perfect movie that have ever been made. Like 10 out of 10, nothing wrong with any of them. One is Casablanca, the best movie of all time.
Yes.
The Marseillaise scene from Casablanca is the best scene in the history of movies. A very close second, and I would love for people to weigh in on this, is Spinal Tap. No?
I mean, if we're going to talk Christopher Guest movies,
Spinal Tap
Waiting for Guffman is at the top of my list.
No.
But that's my wheelhouse of people. The community theater people are
Yeah, the right answer is Spinal Tap, and and their sequel's coming out. And
I didn't know. Oh, right. I guess I did. I remember hearing about that.
Countdown to this. Like, I have not done a countdown. Like, when I was 9 months pregnant, I think that countdown was less than this. Like, I cannot wait. And the thing is, my husband's going to go with me because he's like, I like Spinal Tap. And I'm like, no. I need a fanatic to go with me. I need somebody who knows every part of this movie the way that I do.
Because it's a cult classic too.
And I'm in the cult. Like, I'm like the ringleader of the cult. In fact, when I was working in Washington, Harry Shearer, who's in Spinal Tap, he plays and he does all the voices for The Simpsons. He was on the Hill. This is 2001, maybe. He was on the Hill doing something. I forgot what. And I see him, and I am like a crazy person. I go running up to him. My life, I've never approached a celebrity ever before or since. And I go running up to him, and I'm like, Harry. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. I love Spinal Tap so much. And this is like me 20 years after Spinal Tap.
Right.
And he is looking at me like, I literally think he was about to call security. He was like, because he's really small, and I'm not either, but he was like
taken back. I'm sure this is the place that he did not expect to get paparazzi'd by a staffer.
Totally paparazziing him. I was like, quoting Spinal Tap to him, and he's looking at me like, mad out of my fucking mind.
I'm reading here from our folks in the chat on Substack. David saying +1 on Spinal Tap.
Yes.
Casablanca is my favorite movie, Susan, but I love The Outsiders. Ernie Rosado saying Field of Dreams. Yes, we love Field of Dreams. Warrior Strong. I don't know that I know that movie.
I've never seen Field of Dreams. How about that? I know. You know what else I've never seen that people are going to yell at me about? The Shawshank Redemption. Never. I know.
Field of Dreams is so good. It's like less about it's less about baseball, I think, than it is about America and
I know.
redemption. I don't know. Like it's my favorite baseball movie. Well, to tie between The Natural and A League of Their Own.
League of Their Own is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. See, and here's the thing about if we're to bring it back to exhaustion, right? Is that we have to find the things that can give us a break from all of it. Truly, in the truest sense of the word. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To really like transport your mind and being and heart rate to a different place. You know what I mean? And feel calm for a moment.
But that's why I haven't seen The Shawshank Redemption, and that's why, like, I don't even. I'll tell you what I saw. My son and I just today. I was kind of semi-working, semi-watching with him. We're watching Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore
Oh,
2.
okay. Is it how is it?
I actually thought it was pretty good because it's stupid and it's sort of funny,
Yeah.
kind of a throwback to like the 90s, and it's fine. So my
Yeah.
point is like, it's my best friend has never seen Schindler's List. And every time everybody's like, "You've never seen Schindler's List?" And she goes, "When are you going to sit down and say, you know,
Yeah.
I'm in the mood to go watch Schindler's List?" And like, that's kind of my attitude about Shawshank Redemption. Like, I'm in the mood to go watch a prison movie. Like, I'm not in the mood to watch,
Yeah.
I'm in the mood to watch like Anchorman. I'm in the mood to watch like the stupidest movies that have ever been made, like Spinal Tap. Like, I don't want any like profound, anything that makes me cry, anything that
Mhm.
breaks my heart. I just want to like chill out and watch stupid stuff. And that's why I've never seen Shawshank. Like, I don't know when I'm going to wake up and be like, I know what I want to do. I want to watch a prison break movie.
I mean, it is really good. If you ever are in the mood, it's very, very good.
I know. But I haven't, and I'm not. So that's the problem. I'm just completely like, I'm at the point in my life where I just want to watch stupid stuff and read stupid books. Like, I don't
No,
want to read.
that's real. That's
Yeah.
real. Do you find so I mean, okay. So here's the thing with Julie. When she's not doing streaming shows or writing her Substack or going on CNN, you're also a political consultant. So this is also your day-to-day 9 to 5, but not even. It's more like 5 to 9
Yeah.
situation. What do you do to give yourself reprieve from all of
So
it? Or
here's
do
what
you?
I don't, and I should do a better job. But have you ever heard? Does anybody here read the Daniel Silva Gabriel Alone series? Has anybody ever read that? Michelle, you should. It's so good. But he's this great. He's actually married to Jamie Gangel. Daniel Silva is a author, and he's married to Jamie Gangel from CNN. If anybody knows who she is, but separate and apart from that, he's a great author, and he has been writing the same series featuring the same Israeli spy randomly as the
Mm,
protagonist of the series, going back to like 2000. And every July, there's a new one out. And every July, I get super excited because I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait. This is how I totally decompress. And the new one just came out a few weeks ago. It's like popcorn, except I don't like popcorn like you. But imagine if I were you and I were in a movie theater and I was eating popcorn. That's how I book, like 2 seconds. And then I was done with it and I'm totally depressed because I'm getting to the end of it. I was like, okay, what do I do now? Like, I need some stupid James Patterson type, like Alex Cross, stupid
mhm.
thing to take my mind off of it. So, because he's been writing the same series for 25 years, I was like, I'm going to start reading the series from the beginning because it's been so many years that I forgot basically the beginning parts of the series. So, I just have 25 years worth of books that I downloaded on my Kindle. And I find I sleep better if I read before bedtime because I'm not reading the New York Times. I'm not doom scrolling,
Yeah.
writing my Substack. I'm not thinking about my clients. I'm reading
Mhm.
about some stupid, you know, thriller that it's not,
Right.
he's a very good author, but it completely unrelated to my own life. And it's really
Right.
good. A really good writer. I'm going to recommend everybody here pick it up. The first book in the series is called The Kill Artist. It's really
Mm.
good. Daniel Silva, start to finish, a great series. And if anybody's any good book recommendations like that, let me know. I am so past the point of my life where I want to read like Crime and Punishment or anything that's going to profoundly impact my life or make me think about deep thoughts or anything else because I don't want to think about deep thoughts.
Yeah,
And
I can't tell you the last time I read a fiction book.
that's what I'm
It's
saying. You need to read.
never. Well, I do. I mean, that's movies for me. That's movies. I love to watch movies and I love to watch TV.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about the Gilded Age. I mean, right now, especially like the Gilded Age
Oh, don't
is
tell me because we're only season 2.
oh well, oh right, because we're on season 3, aren't we? Oh my
We're on
gosh.
season 3.
Well, I'll just say that, I didn't watch last night either, but the Gilded Age is one of those rich people problems period dramas, and it's the same creators, writers of Downton Abbey, which if you watch that,
Yeah.
it's like rich people in England, like, and
That's
then the staff downstairs and like their drama, and I'm obsessed with it. It is so fun. And they filmed the show in Albany area and Troy, New York. They filmed
yeah.
most of it. I know people who've been on the show because they hire mostly theater people to be on the show. Um, and it's so fun. And
My
it's
cousin was on that show the first couple of episodes. And
oh, who's your
then he
cousin?
and then he committed. I forgot the character's name. His name is Michael Gill, but
Oh,
he committed suicide on the show.
oh, I thought you were gonna say, oh gosh.
No, 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 not in real life. No.
I was like, oh my God, that's terrible.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. No, his character committed suicide on the show.
Okay, that's I mean,
Yeah.
it's sad for the character. I'm sad
Yeah,
he's out
I
of a
mean,
job, but
he was a minor character. I think he like lost all his money to like this.
yeah. That rings a bell, actually.
But yeah, but my husband and I like we tried the first season. We kind of the first season wasn't that good, and we powered through it. And then we start watching the second season, and my husband just turns to me and he goes, "I mean, why is every single episode about whether Mrs. Astor invites you to her ball? Like, he's like, does it really matter?" I was like, "You're absolutely right. The whole show revolves around who gets invited to whose like party."
It's fantastic. I love it.
Junior high school, like, am I going to be invited to her party?
It's rich people problems. It's
I
rich
know.
people problems, and I love that, what's their face? The rich people, the new money that moves into the neighborhood is like
The Russells were really the
the
Vanderbilts.
Russells, which are based on the Vanderbilts, who famously were new money during that time period, and famously also blew through their money because they were not
Well, not really.
frugal.
There's Gloria Vanderbilt.
Well,
And
yeah, but like, I mean, you want to talk about families from that period of time that really became stewards of their generational wealth, and
yeah, the
like,
Rockefellers. They were
yeah,
Robert.
like they were better with the money. And their money was more widespread, and they set up a trust, and like, for several generations, and like wide, a lot of those families took care of, but the Vanderbilts didn't. They like blew through a lot of their money. It
Yeah.
wasn't the same kind of money that a lot of the other families have, but
Yeah.
but they lived. I mean, they really lived. They enjoyed
Yeah.
it,
And
you
then
know?
Alva Vanderbilt, sorry, who I guess is the Mrs. Russell character,
Yeah.
sent her daughter Consuela off to marry a British Jew.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was a notoriously unhappy marriage. And then
Yeah.
Consuela, to her credit, I think they got divorced, and then she ran off with some French guy and like lived
Hey,
happily ever
listen.
after.
Yeah, get it, girl. And Carrie Coon plays Bertha Russell,
Right.
and she's great. She's like my age. She's 43, 44, something like that. She's married to Tracy Letts,
Who's
I
that?
believe. You'd know Tracy Letts if you saw him. He's like that guy who's in everything. If you Googled him, you'd be like, oh, right, that guy.
I'm gonna Google him. Tracy Letts.
Yeah, he was
All right.
on Homeland. He was in The Post. I'm trying to think. He was in, I don't know, he's always in stuff with her. He does like all the things. I don't know. He's a very good actor. But Carrie Coon, I love. I mean, she can do no wrong. She just did the
Well,
last season.
you know him. You're right. He is in everything.
Yeah, he's that guy who's in everything.
Oh, I didn't know she's
Yeah.
married to him.
Yeah. And she just did the season 3 of White Lotus, and she was wonderful on that show as well. And she's great. So listen, if you're looking for a show that wants to take you away, like maybe this show, like we do have to touch on some of the things that are going on because it's hard to ignore. But the Gilded Age is really good. And
I'm just laughing, BJG. Your husband is right. No one came to the Carrie Coon's party, so they threw away all the lobster.
Wait.
I'm telling you, that's like you have an episode based on like we have to throw away all the lobster.
Right.
Nobody's coming to my party, and we're watching this. We're like, we're adults watching other adults behave like they're 12.
Yes. Yes. Yes, and it's glorious. I love it. I'm just thinking if there's
Meanwhile,
anything.
Mr. Russell is supposed to be running, like Carrie Coons' husband on the show, is supposed to be running a major railroad and is this massive tycoon, and yet he has all the time in the world to sit around worrying about
Yeah.
her, upset that nobody nobody came to her party.
Nobody came to her party and they threw away all the lobster. And like, that's a show. If Seinfeld was a show about nothing, The Gilded
This is
Age
really
is
a
a
show
show about nothing with rich people.
with rich people.
And they spend their summers in was it
Newport.
Newport, right? A place I've never been to and I would like to go. I've been
Really?
telling my husband all summer because my husband's traveling right now. I'm like, can we please go to Newport? Can
Oh,
we
wait a
please go to
second. We
Newport?
are
Can we
going to
please-
Newport. Wait.
You are?
Come with us. Because
I would love to come.
Well, come because we have to go up to Boston. I have a couple of little teenage cousins from abroad who are going to come stay with us. So we're all going to go to Newport on our way to Boston and probably do an Airbnb like towards the end of August. So come with us.
Okay. I'm not doing anything.
Well, come on up. The only thing is you'd have to, I don't know how unless you want to go to Boston for the week, you'd have to figure out a way back. But yeah, fantastic.
Right. Cool.
Done.
It's a plan. I would love to. Because I keep saying to Joe, I was like, I want to go see all the rich people mansions, Newport. But then I realized that there's still rich people in Newport. See, I didn't know this. And like Taylor Swift built or bought a house there or something. And
across the bay. She's not in Newport itself.
Oh, so it's like right outside?
Yeah, but there are rich people in Newport, but not in those houses. Like those houses.
I see. Those are like museums now or something.
British mansion. Yeah, they're basically like open to the public. But there's something called Cliff Walk, where all those houses are built along a cliff, and you could walk along this beautiful cliff with the Atlantic Ocean below you, and all these incredible houses. Right, it's stunning. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Newport's really it's incredible. I did the stupidest thing in my life in Newport when I was in college. My best friend was we had a couple of friends from college. We went to college in Boston. Newport's maybe I don't know, an hour or so outside Boston. And we went to visit two of our friends who were waitressing in Newport for the summer. The Columbia University crew team happened to be in town. And somehow we all knew each other.
The men's team or the women's team?
The men's team. Forget the women. We wouldn't do stupid stuff for women. So it was the men's team. Very cute boys. And
always very tall.
Yes. And my friend Carolyn was let's go hang out with the Columbia crew team. And I was like, okay. So they all decided to go cliff diving.
No, absolutely not.
Off something called Mile High. It's called the Mile High Cliff in Newport. And it is the stupidest mistake, the stupidest thing in the world, because you're jumping.
Yeah.
But one wrong move and you're going to basically throw yourself against the rocks and die.
No, never.
So idiot, which would be me.
No.
She's like, let's do it because there's this guy named Tom that she had this crush on. And I was like, all right, I'll do it for you. So she jumps off the cliff. I jump off the cliff. And then they were like, do it again, girls. And we're like, okay. So we do it a second time. And she ends up dating this guy for 10 years. The idiot.
Guy really?
Yes. At least it paid off for her. This idiot, being me, what the hell did I do for?
I don't know, because you never find me doing that. Absolutely not.
Nothing out of it. I got nothing out of it. And I told that story at her wedding. She did not end up marrying that guy.
Oh,
it was a very nice guy. Tom Blakey, if you're out there, hello. But yeah, she ended up dating him for 10 years. I ended up not dating him or anybody for 10 years and ended up with two stupid stories, which is that I did it twice. And why?
In Newport.
In Newport. So
so all the old houses, you can walk on this thing and do that. I've always wanted to. I mean, listen, I've been to Long Island. What's that?
You can go inside.
Oh, you can. Okay. See, that's what I'd like to do. Because the Gold Coast mansions, if anybody's been to Long Island, which is all the super millionaire people that built these mansions in, the turn of the century, 20s, whatever, a lot of them have been torn down, but there are several that are still left. And when I was shooting weddings for several years in the before times, I got to shoot some weddings in them, and they are stunning. Just beautiful. Beautiful.
More incredible. Because it's all those mansions that you see from, I don't know if anybody here has been to Newport, drop us a chat. So I don't want to be the only one talking about this. BJG, I am a real wing woman. I am like the perfect wing woman. You want me in that bar with you because I will never move in on the guy that you're into. I will, well, now I'm married, so I would definitely wouldn't move in on him. But when I was single, I would never move in on that guy. I was a great wing woman.
That's a friend.
If you identified your guy,
That's a friend. I had many friends who
sisters before misters.
were
Nope.
terrible about that. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. You never do that to your girls. Never. I will die on that hill. If you do that to your girls, like you don't belong.
Yeah.
But I will also say that no, I'm talking about the wrong guy. But
Cliff guy.
I'm still thinking about the guy who my friend ended up dating. But yes, the Newport mansions are even more amazing than the Long Island mansions. They're incredible. Robert Carr. Now people go to the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the Hamptons were not the Hamptons. Back in the day, the Hamptons
was like farmland and like fishing boats and stuff. Right.
Yeah, like fishing villages. It was way too far.
Right.
Everybody would go up to Newport. Newport was and continues to be this incredible, magical place. They would bring, I think it's the Vanderbilt mansion. I forgot the Breakers. I forgot who built the Breakers in Newport. It actually might have been the Vanderbilts. I forgot who built it. But they literally took limestone from Italy and brick by brick brought it back here.
That is like,
yeah,
that's some FU money. You know what I mean? Like I'm so rich. I'm bringing in bricks from Italy.
I mean, this was like money was no object.
Right.
Insane.
No. Right.
Insane. And that's how all these British estates were saved. If you watch Downton Abbey, but that's built based on reality. That's how all of these estates were saved because the British aristocracy by the turn of the century were all going bankrupt, supporting these incredible estates, and they needed cash. And the nouveau riche people in the United States needed titles so they could be master in society, which is why Alva Vanderbilt sold off her daughter essentially to the Duke of Whatever. And yeah, I think the same thing. I don't want to. I understand.
I'm not going to say anything about any storylines. I'm just going to nod.
But and that's what happened on Downton Abbey as well. So
well, and the cool thing about Downton Abbey. So if anybody here watched Downton Abbey, now I only watched the first few seasons, but it starts. There's like a telegraph or a telegram or something like that coming to tell them about the Titanic sinking.
Yeah.
And that's the first episode. And I have a dream for the Gilded Age to lead up to the first episode. It's not going to happen, but because that would be a lot of seasons. But, you know, I don't know. It's just fun to live in other people's rich people problems that really aren't even problems. They're not problems.
But that's, by the way, Jenny, I forgot her last name, but she was American. She married a rich duke, earl or whoever, and that was Winston Churchill's mother.
Right.
So Winston Churchill.
Right. Yes.
Was American.
Yes. I knew that.
Yeah.
That's a very cool. I learned that about him recently in the last year, and I remember being like, "Wait, what? Did I hear that correctly?" Yeah. Very cool thing.
He had a huge affinity for the United States for that reason because his mother was American. He loved his mother. Yeah. So I think that's part of that whole wave that came over at the turn of the century. Actually, even earlier, I think in the 1870s or so.
Yeah.
And married off to British aristocracy. So it's actually very interesting. Churchill's whole life is interesting. He had a
very interesting man.
Crazy life.
And so much for us to learn from, honestly, in this moment we're living in too. Appeasement does not work. And I just want to give a shout out to people who are here from Substack. Thank you for joining us. I am just watching from my phone here. And if you are joining Julie and I for the first time, this is just something we do on Mondays right now so that we can kind of not talk about politics for a little while and not talk about the news and whatever is breaking news all day long on MSNBC or CNN or at all. And we're just talking about things that we like to do to make us feel better and help us avoid exhaustion. Because it's more, you know what it is? It's more than just it's like a full body exhaustion. It's it's like a mental and physical exhaustion I think we're all feeling as a country. I think we're all feeling, just as people who care about what's going on for the last decade. And so we have to find those things that kind of energize us and take us to a different place. And,
Yeah.
you
Roberta,
know,
you're supposedly related to Jenny Churchill. You got to do the DNA test and find out.
ooh,
That'd be cool.
yeah. You know who I have very, 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 very distant, like 9 and then many removed cousins is Eliza Schuyler, the one
Oh,
who
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Who
yeah.
was married, one of the Schuyler sisters, who was married
Mhm.
to Hamilton.
Yep, yep. My
Wow.
great grandmother's name was Minnie Schuyler.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am related. My father did a DNA test. I refuse because I don't want to find out. I was afraid of finding out things that I don't want to know.
Yeah.
But but oh, I'm supposed, according to my father, somehow we're related to Napoleon.
That's cool. I mean,
I mean,
cool, I guess. Mm.
a genocidal,
Yeah, I mean,
megalomaniacal freak, but okay.
right. I mean, well,
So my father does this DNA test. And he comes back, he's all outraged. He goes, and if my father's watching this right now, he's gonna be mad at me because he's gonna deny this happened, but I promise you it happened. He comes back and he goes, I am 99.3% Ashkenazi Jewish and 0.7% is Finnish. And he gets all offended. He goes, Finnish? Finnish? Like literally, like somebody slapped him in the face. He's like, how could that possibly happen? I go, we're Russian. How could you possibly be related to somebody from Finland, which literally shares a border? Like, do you not think? And he's like, I can't believe this Finnish. Like somebody like infected him with like the Finnish like gene. And I was like, the poor Finns are like the happiest people on earth, the nicest people on earth. I was like, all right, whatever.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
What was I gonna ask you? Hold on. When I'm Googling to see what's going on with this New York story because we do want to stay on top of that. Um,
Let's see.
and yeah, it looks like the shooter has taken his life.
Oh,
It's
so
all
just
very sad. Yeah. I'm sure we'll learn more in the coming hours and days, but like, man, if you guys know anything else, please, if you can drop it in the chat, let us know. It's kind of hard to Google
do we
and
know
talk
anything
at the
about
same
him?
time. Hmm?
Do we know anything about him? Like, is there
Mm-mm. I
about
mean,
him?
I haven't been able to see. The police officer has passed away. Politics and Aphrodisiacs is telling us on Substack. That's awful. That's awful.
Yeah. I hate that. And I hate that this has to intrude. This is the 1 hour a week that I think we're all like, just talk about something else. But then
I
we don't.
know, I know. You know what the thing is too is like when we do these, we don't want to talk about it at the same time. It's like not even acknowledging it feels tone deaf, you know what I mean? And we want to acknowledge the things that are happening. But and that's the thing, that's the whole point of the show. Is like it's very, very difficult to ignore it. Um, I mean, every single day, Julie, every day, all day long.
Always something.
It is always, always something.
Always something.
Hold on. My mom just messaged me. What did she say? She just sent me, yeah, 345 Park Avenue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's yeah.
Look, my whole thing is I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Me neither. Me neither. And I want to say also, talking about things that are kind of like existing under the surface, I think that there's a lot of subliminal messages that are kind of baked in to what we're dealing with these days. That I don't think the average person necessarily realizes right off the bat when we're consuming things like advertising and television and things like that. And I don't even know if the people who are producing these things realize it or if it's just casual. Have you seen the new Sydney Sweeney
Not
American Eagle
not until you
ad?
pointed it out to me, but I think you should play it if you have it, because I think we should
Yeah,
talk about it.
so it's an entire campaign. If you guys don't know anything about this, it's an entire campaign for American Eagle, which is a clothing store, if anybody doesn't know that. And it's for the jeans, it's for the denim. And Sydney Sweeney is a young actress. She's very beautiful. She has blonde hair. Um, you know, as an actor, not my cup of tea.
She
'Cause I
was
think
great in White Lotus, I have to say, in the
it
first
was
season of White
great in
Lotus.
White Lotus, but just as as someone who attended acting school and had to learn things like diction, it's very difficult for me to hear her speak. But she's beautiful, and But anyways, so here are 3 different segments of the campaign all together. And I would just love for people to maybe put in the chat what your immediate thoughts are, if you haven't already read the headlines about this.
They're passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes. Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Okay. I just want to play the beginning again, and I just listen to the script.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Okay.
So, I think if they had just stuck with Sydney Sweeney has great genes, I would have been okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what they're talking about. Like, genes are passed down, like eye color.
Yeah.
And my
genes
eye
are
color.
passed down from offspring. Yeah. And I was listening to Sammy Sage and Under the Desk News talk about this on their podcast today. Actually, I saw it on their Instagram. And they were saying, like, if you just watch the ad without the script and you don't hear it, it just looks like whatever. It's like a jeans ad. It could have been like with a Calvin Klein, Brooke Shields back in the day, right? But then you hear it and you're like, oh, this feels very dog whistly. And I have to say, before I even saw the ad, I saw some commentators online talking about it, and I'm just going to play this really quick because I think it's interesting.
American Eagle just run an ad for eugenics.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Totally just talking about denim, right? Just a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman explaining how her good genes gave her personality and purity. I mean, are we really going to pretend that this isn't a little fashy-coded? Look, I'm not saying that Sydney Sweeney personally wrote this ad to revive the Third Reich, but American Eagle absolutely knew what they were doing here. You don't get to drop lines about inherited traits, blue eyes, and great genes while zooming in on somebody that could have walked straight off of a Nazi propaganda poster and expect people not to catch that reference. Good genes used to mean racial purity in fascist circles, and now it's just denim marketing. We are watching fascist aesthetics sneak back into pop culture through fashion ads, trad wife influencers, and yes, now blue jeans. If you think this was an innocent ad, you have not been paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so subliminal, Michelle.
It is that you don't even realize it.
You don't really realize it. I think had that not been pointed out, but they did use you know, I hate making everything about politics, and I hate making everything about race, and I hate assuming the worst.
Yeah, but
why are we talking about good genes? Because the only person who uses that line right now is the guy sitting in the White House, and this is a no politics zone, so we're not going to mention his name, but he always talks about good genes.
Yeah.
And
he talks about it with himself and his family and this, that, and the other. And it's, you know, and he talks about poisoning the blood or what the vermin, right? Using a lot of language from the Mustache Man. And when we are living in a country right now where people with brown skin are being kidnapped off the streets and thrown into camps, having an ad out that celebrates the blonde, blue-eyed, pale skin of a young woman, listen, I'm sorry, but it's not, you can't say it's not a dog whistle, because it is. And I don't even, and again, like what Sammy Sage was saying today, she's like, I don't even know if they realize what they're doing, if it's just the coded white supremacy is just so casual now. And it's just so like, not even, people aren't even noticing it, that they're doing it themselves. And I feel like it's just really, really, really dangerous. We're in a very dangerous place.
Why are we talking about people's genes in the sense that, like, you know, everything that you've accomplished in life, I'm not suggesting that we don't all have access to inherited wealth or a leg up or anything else if we come from a certain family versus people who don't come from a certain family. Like, I understand you are born with certain privileges or non-privileges, depending on who you are. But why are we talking about Sydney Sweeney's genes? Like, she is an actress who presumably got where she got on her. Okay, I know apparently you don't think she is, but she is a celebrity who got where she got on whatever merits she has.
Sorry. She's very beautiful.
I don't think that's true, actually. I don't think she's that beautiful.
I think she's very pretty. Listen.
But that's not the point.
I know it's not, but I just have to say it. It's the vocal fry. It's like, genes are passed down from parents to offspring. Like, what? What? I'm sorry. It just drives me bonkers.
She gives bitchy Greenwich, Connecticut girl. I get it.
Yeah.
She gives. But she also, like, she should not be reducing herself to her genes. She should be reducing herself to the fact that she is, I guess, talented. I guess pretty. I don't think she's particularly pretty. You don't think she's particularly talented?
She was in Handmaid's Tale. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't. But the point is, like, it's not really about her genes. And everywhere all of us have gotten, it's not just her genes. It's because of who we are. And what we've done to get there. And I think that's the part of it that also bothers me.
And privilege too. I mean, there is a lot of privilege that some of us are born with or not.
A lot of privilege.
Yeah, exactly. But I wouldn't say genes. I was born with good genes, or Sydney Sweeney has good genes. Like, there's just and somebody was just saying in the chat on Substack, Sydney is a known, and I didn't know this, and if we want to confirm, please chime in. Sydney is a known preferred pinup for the incel and alt-right crowd already. So there's that layer too. And I didn't know that. I'm certainly going to be looking into that. But like, again, like, that's the thing with like this young men manosphere trad wife thing that's happening now too. And it's like, I don't know if this happens to you, Julie, if you're on the same algorithm as me, but I'll be on Instagram and I'm just, strolling along, and there'll be some beautiful woman baking a cake and she's got some kids running around her, and it like legitimately looks like a great recipe. I'm like, oh, I want to like know about this, until then I go to her profile and I'm like, oh no. And it's like, it's like trad wife propaganda. It's like ballerina farm stuff. You know about ballerina farm?
Yeah. The whole trad wife thing doesn't make sense to me. Like, listen, if you want to stay home and bake cakes and raise your kids, honestly, more power to you. I don't judge at all in
No,
least.
having the choice though is
Having the choice is what's interesting to me. And what I don't understand is this whole push to put women back in the kitchen when women are actually graduating college at higher rates than men. Their academic achievements as a result are higher than men's. They should be, based on that, making more money than men. They do not, which is a whole separate story. But why are we trying to roll it back for women when women actually are the ones who are achieving more than men right now?
Right. Do you know about Ballerina Farm?
Yeah, the whole trad
Okay,
wife.
so right.
Unfortunately, she's not a trad wife. She's got a whole business model.
Well, did you read the LA Times or LA Magazine or something did a story on her? I can't remember which one it was, a newspaper. They went to her farm, and so just so people know, she's Mormon and she was a ballerina, and now she lives on a farm in like Utah or something with her very, very wealthy husband whose dad owns like a bunch of airlines or something, and she's got 10 kids or something crazy. It's like 9 or 10. I can tell you this. Back in the day, it was 2011. I was a judge at there was a pageant in Midtown Manhattan on Park Avenue that was giving a crown to 3 girls. It was Miss Manhattan, Miss New York City, and like Miss Empire or something. And she was one of the contestants, and she won Miss Manhattan. And she was a dancer. She was a beautiful dancer, ballet dancer. She was going to Juilliard at the time. And the other woman who won Miss Manhattan was Mallory Hagan, who is now our press secretary at Seneca Project. Is actually how I met her. And the two of them stood out to me so much. Hannah more so because she's just such a beautiful dancer, like ballet dancer. But Mallory also just, I mean, the second she walked in the door for her interview, I was like, who is this? Who is this? And here we are, however many years later. So, but I remember putting 2 and 2 together in the last year, realizing who Ballerina Farm Girl was and realizing it was her. And I was like, oh no, she left Juilliard and like, she never got to like fulfill her dreams or anything like that. Now she says, oh, this is what I wanted. This guy, they met and she didn't want to go out with him. And she was living in New York. She was going to Juilliard. And so he used his privilege and proximity to the airline industry to find out what plane she was going to be on and booked the seat next to her and rode with her like on a cross-country trip and trying to get her to go out with him. And then they got married shortly after, and then she's been having kids ever since. And he does not allow her to hire help for anything, for cooking, for cleaning, for taking care of the kids, nothing. And they're like insanely wealthy and he just won't allow it. He runs her entire business apparently on the back end. She's just the face in front of the camera. And there's something in this article that, the writer of the journalist said that it was hard to get her alone to try to ask her any questions because he was just always there, always there. And then for a few moments, the journalist did get to ask her, if she regretted or if she, wished her life in any other way. And I'm paraphrasing, but she said, I always just wonder, what could have been, if she continued dancing. And I think about it all the time and how this is the life that this part of the country, this faction of people want women to do. To not have a choice, to be at home with 10 kids, to also be attractive, and to also be smart, and also be all of these things, but then not have a choice in what you do with all of that.
I guess that's the part that's upsetting because back in the day when you had June Cleaver and that whole idealized wife thing, women didn't have the opportunities they have now. But now, as I said, women are graduating college at higher rates. Women have careers.
Mm-hmm.
Women can pretty much be anything they want to be, right? It's not like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was like the only person in her law school class.
Right.
And the part that's just upsetting to me is the men can't keep up, so they got to take the women down.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, by the way, 10 kids.
I think it's 10. It's like close to 10, if not. It's a lot. And she still does the pageants and stuff, which I think she like makes her happy. And they're like, you know, Mrs. Pageants or whatever, like Mrs. World of whatever.
Okay,
And
great.
she's like, listen, I mean, she also tells the story something about one of the times she gave birth that her husband wasn't there, and then it was great because she was allowed to have pain medication or something. Like it was just I see this and it's, you know, listen, it's her choice. That's what she wants to do with her life. Great, whatever. But this is what they want for the rest of it. Like, it was no mistake when Katie Britt did the State of the Union response a couple years ago,
Her
and they
kitchen.
literally put her in a kitchen.
From her kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the kitchen is the heart of the house. It very often is.
Sure.
But if you're a senator, you don't have to
Mhm.
do the kitchen. Like, you're a senator. You're not a trad. You're a senator.
Right.
Whatever her husband does, she's more accomplished because she is a senator.
Yeah. At a young age, as a young woman, like, it's impressive. And they put her in the kitchen. And she talked in a little fundy baby voice through the whole thing. And it was weird.
Very weird.
You know,
weird.
and it's just, yeah. And that's just another layer of the exhaustion, Julie.
Yeah.
Is that like,
yeah, the funny thing about Katie Britt is, I know this from people who served in the Senate with her, who are Democrats, by the way. Lovely woman.
yeah, they like her, like Chris Murphy and Schatz, and then they all seem to like her.
And by no means a dummy at all, but why? So why with the stupid fundy voice, right? With all of that nonsense.
Baby fundy voice.
Yeah.
Or fundy baby voice. Is that what it is? Something like that. Which is like a thing in like evangelical right-wing Christian world. It's this little voice that all the women use. And it's like part of the, I've watched a million TikTok videos on this about people who've escaped the, you know, the culture and have explained this, and it's wackadoo.
It is wackadoo. All right. It is 8:35 Eastern.
It is.
I have got to go figure out whether I'm going to go to CNN or I'm going to do it from home. So I got to figure out whether I want to do my own makeup or have them do it for me. If I have to do my own, that means it's going to take me 5 hours. So I got to go. Speaking of wasting my own time.
Listen.
It doesn't really matter. But anyway.
But sometimes, you know what, though? Doing your makeup can be meditated. Like, I find it kind of soothing, calming.
You're really good at it. I'm really bad at it, which is why I probably will end up going to CNN, because I just want somebody to brush my hair and put makeup on me themselves.
Listen, and that's, you know what, you're a mom too, and I feel like moms especially don't get enough of that pampering, and even if it's just going to CNN and having the lovely CNN hair and makeup.
Let me tell you, when I had my son, I was back at work at Fox 2 weeks after I had him. And everybody's like, that's crazy. 2 weeks. That's insane. Why so fast? And I was like, do you know how great it was to go over there, spit in your hair and like spit up on your clothes and then have somebody brush your hair for you and put makeup and actually just focus on you. And it was just fantastic. So I don't regret it. It was nice.
Listen, girl, you know what? If you had a choice and that's what you chose, power to you.
It was my choice. That's the difference. It was my
exactly.
I don't know what just go preppy means, Wisdom, but
I don't know what it means either, but it sounds fun.
Does that mean just no makeup and just whatever? Okay.
Yeah. And our friend Mike here is saying, and we did mention this just really quick on our show on Saturday, in passing, the new whites only town in the Ozarks. Maybe we'll talk about that more even on Wednesday. We do over on Wednesday at noon. We'll talk about that. You know about that, Julie, right?
I will not. Yes, I will not be.
Oh, you won't be here, but we'll talk about it without you.
I should talk about it. Yeah, I've got my back. I am going to be on the West Coast for work stuff, so I will not be there on Wednesday for Over It. I will be back on Saturday for Coffee and Conversation. And you guys, send us stuff during the week that you want us to talk about on Mondays. Just stuff that's up in your lives, because like we're all so completely exhausted with the news.
Mm-hmm.
I know that a lot of people are probably going to go watch Maddow in 20 minutes, and that's great if that's what you want to do. But I think like just for an hour a week to talk about stuff that's not
Like Epstein files or
Yeah.
RFK Jr. taking away our cancer research, and like, the list goes on. Because it's all very like sad and scary and terrifying. And sometimes it's just nice to not.
The only thing I'll say about the Epstein files before we go is please spare a thought to the women whose stories are being exploited right now on both sides of the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're the ones who we need to think about. As much as everybody's doing the happy dance thinking Trump's in the Epstein files, as much as Trump is trying to blame this on Bill Clinton,
no,
spare a thought for these girls who nobody asked their party affiliation before they were trafficked by whomever.
Right. So, right. And the woman who's now being treated as a victim, Ghislaine Maxwell. I just want to say this before we go. Ghislaine Maxwell grew up in excessive wealth in England, and her family got into some trouble and they lost the money. And then she wanted proximity to power and wealth once again. And that's when she palled up with Epstein. And one of his victims, Virginia Giuffre, who's now unfortunately passed away. She took her own life. She was one of the victims who came forward about Prince Andrew. Has compared her to Geppetto and Epstein as Pinocchio, and said that she was worse. And just in case anybody for any moment in time, for one moment thinks maybe she, we don't know her story. Maybe she got a raw deal. No, she went out into the world. She hunted down little girls, and then she trafficked them and raped them with Jeffrey Epstein. That is who she is.
And sold them to other men to be raped.
And sold them to powerful rich men around the world.
And took away their passports if they wanted to say no.
Mm-hmm.
She would not let them leave the island. She took their passports, threatened to feed one to an alligator if she didn't acquiesce. This woman deserves not 20 years. This woman deserves life.
Yep.
And I say that as somebody who's really, really, really big on not forcing people to spend the rest of their lives in prison. I am, you don't want me on a jury because I'll probably walk you. So I'm very not the kind of person that's like throw the book at somebody. Yeah. But I will tell you right now, this woman found girls who came from broken homes because she knew they were easier.
Yep. And as a woman, she knew that they would trust her, because children, as we are taught, I think as children, to go look for another mom or go look for a woman if you're lost or in trouble or something like that. And she weaponized that built-in trust that we have in our culture. And for all of those reasons, she deserves to burn. I hope there is a hell for Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, I don't really care what she says.
Yeah.
I don't care if she says Trump is all over those files. I wouldn't trust a word out of her mouth in any way.
Nope.
You don't need her testimony. These girls had interviews with the FBI. Girls who are now women know who they slept with. You don't need, this is what I keep saying, you don't need to listen to her when you have over 1,000 survivors who can tell you who they were trafficked to. And by the way, some of these men were very famous even when they were being trafficked.
Yep.
In the 90s.
Yep.
So presumably, I mean, we don't know who these men are, but presumably they were big enough for them to be known to these young girls. So it doesn't matter what she has to say. Don't listen to her. Even if she gives up Donald Trump, which would be everybody's, wet dream on the left, or even if she gives up Clinton, which would be everybody's wet dream on the right, I don't care what she has to say. Pam Bondi knows who's in those files. So does Kash Patel.
Yep.
So does Dan
Bongino.
They all know because they've seen the testimony that these girls provided.
Yeah. And
That
she's and Rob C on Substack saying she's a known perjurer. Yeah, one of the things that she was convicted of was perjury. Like, hello. You know?
So, but you see this starting to happen. You have Greg Kelly on Newsmax, who, parentheses, clown. I worked with him at Fox. His father is Ray Kelly, the longest serving New York Times. You didn't know that?
No.
Ray Kelly, the New York City police commissioner,
Mm-hmm.
is Greg Kelly's father.
I did not
They
know
are
that.
a very big law enforcement family. But suddenly Greg Kelly is talking about how she, Ghislaine Maxwell, a convicted perjurer, pedophile, sex trafficker, rapist, is a victim.
Mm-hmm.
So much for law enforcement.
Yep.
Convicted by a jury of her peers. And charges brought by the Justice Department. Arrested by Trump's administration, by the feds under Donald Trump, as was Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
This is a Democratic plot.
Right. I mean, it only makes sense. It's a hoax, Julie. It's a hoax.
It's a hoax, much like the Russia hoax is a hoax. All right. On that note, I got to go to CNN or I got to figure out what I'm doing.
So everybody check out Julie. She's going to be on CNN in the 11 o'clock hour. Check us on the Mayday Network on YouTube. Please follow us, like and subscribe. We'll let you know more about what's going on there in the coming days and weeks. We are working on something. So please do that if you're tuning in from Substack. Check us out on Over It. Noon on Wednesday. We do Coffee and Conversation, 10 a.m. on Saturdays. Julie, do you have anything else you'd like to tell people about?
Yes. So you guys, Olga Lautman, for some of you might know, and I launched a new series today, dispelling the hoax of the Russia hoax. We are doing a multi-part series going back all the way to the Soviet era, talking about how they infiltrated the West, our elections, so that when you go to Thanksgiving and your crazy uncle starts talking to you about how the Russia hoax is a hoax and why Epstein is a hoax because it's the same as hoax as the Russia hoax, you can say to him, actually, crazy uncle, or whoever on Twitter that you're fighting with, it's not a hoax, it's for real, and here are the facts. So check it out on my Substack, Salty Politics. We are putting up a newsletter every Monday, and then we are going live every Tuesday to talk about that week's installment. We moved that timeline up because I'm traveling this week. The first newsletter dropped last night, and the first installment on Substack Live was today. If you missed it, go to Substack or YouTube, Salty Politics, and check it out. And that's it for me this week because I will be on the West Coast. So hopefully the planes will not be delayed, and I will be back in time to see you all on Saturday. I'm like, what day is it? I don't even know.
I don't know. None of us know. All right, everyone. Stay safe. Have a great evening. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.